Coming up on this episode of Heal Squad.
What makes you scared of slowing down?
I'm a very impatient person when it comes to healing. If I don't figure it out now, I'm going to get a cancer diagnosis. I'm on this I got to hurry up, I got to hurry up, I got to hurry up. And I realize that's screwing up my nervous system. But I'm in that impatient mode now because I got more bad news about myself. But you want me to get into it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Finally, when I got into a place where I was like, oh, wait, I can breathe. That's when my health started to go. They're saying it's not a toxin, but it's an actual wax that covers your fruit. And you can't scrub it off. So how is that organic?
See, this is why I love her.
If I only get to pick one thing to heal in this world, what would it be? It would be. And honestly, I think that's the only reason why I'm still alive. We've been diagnosing each other. Because when you get a diagnosis yourself, then you think everybody has that diagnosis. That's why Marie and I, we go together like shama-lama-lama, shalama-da-ding-a-dong.
Hello, Heal Squad. So excited about today's episode because it is the first ever Heal Squad episode recorded live in front of an audience. And it's with one of our favorites, Jenny McCarthy. Friends, Jenny was with us on the beach on Cape Cod in front of 200 plus people at our first ever day of reset. And it was so beautiful having her there. It was really a moment because Jenny, as you may or may not know, has lived this. She fought to help her son and she helped heal him. She is now doing the same thing for herself, and she's done it loudly and publicly and at a real personal cost. She is a Heal Squad woman through and through. And what came of that conversation, I mean, I don't even know where to start. We talked about her mold poisoning coming back, a UTI scare in her 40s, what we got, something about fruit that shocked everyone in the room. Anyway, you're going to hear it all right now. Thank you for being with us, and I hope you enjoy the first ever Heal Squad live episode with Jenny McCarthy.
The day before this was, as this was kind of fully forming, Jenny McCarthy said something on my podcast. And she said, you can't heal with a wrecked nervous system. And that's the hardest part for me. And I can see it and I can feel it in her because I've been connecting with her more and more. And what's crazy is she had no idea we were about to ask her to be a part of the day of reset. I was like, you just said the magic words, lady. And so right after that, I was like, if that wasn't a message that she's supposed to be here to share with us, because she's on the journey too. She needs this just as much as all of us do. I didn't know what would be the message. So we are all so good at doing and fixing and pushing through and figuring it out. But slowing down and feeling and unraveling, that's the part that we resist. And so that was my message. I will continue to try to apply. But with that, I want to bring in our special guest today, Jenny McCarthy. And if you don't know her well, I hope her story here will kind of get you up to speed.
She grew up a Catholic schoolgirl on the south side of Chicago. By 25, she was hosting her own show on MTV, and the whole country knew her name. She was funny, she was raw, she was real, and she kept reinventing herself. Actress, comedian, but also a mom, a sister, and a wife. Then came a moment that stopped her in her tracks. Her son, Evan, was diagnosed with autism, and as a single mom, she had two choices: fall apart or fight. And Jenny fought. She went on Oprah Live because that was the only way her story would make it to air, and she told it to the world.
I'm here with Jenny McCarthy, who's become one of the most vocal advocates for parents of children with autism.
She spent years pouring everything she had into healing her son, and it worked. Evan went from life-threatening seizures and no language to a thriving young man in his 20s, out in the world going strong. And somewhere in all of that fighting for her son, she realized she had been ignoring herself. So she dove in, getting to the root of it all. And when she couldn't find beauty products clean enough to match the standards she was holding everything else to, she built them herself. She has lived a very public life. She has taken hits. And through all of it, she kept doing the work on herself, for her family, and really for all of us too. Because she knows that when you take care of you, you can show up for everyone else too. We can learn so much from Jenny, from her bravery, from the way she took on a disease she knew nothing about and figured it out. Not just for one, like I said, but for all. And that is exactly what Heal Squad is about. Coming together to get better together. That is the woman walking out on this stage today, and I couldn't be more excited for you to hear everything she has learned. Heal Squad, please give a warm welcome to my friend, Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg.
Hi,
Everybody, Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg!
Let me just say something. First of all, it is so, I can't tell you how good it feels to be around like-minded souls, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you guys got here together like, oh, everyone can speak the same language. Everyone understands the journey. Everyone wants to heal. Mm-hmm. Whether it's yourself, a family member, that's why Marie and we go together like shama-lama-lama, shalama-da-ding-a-dong. Seriously, you are one of my soulmates in this lifetime, no doubt.
Honestly, guys, we've been bonding so much since our
So
interviews.
much. We've been diagnosing each other. Because when you get a diagnosis yourself, then you think everybody has that diagnosis.
The best is like, we're voice texting back and forth. I'm like, I found mold in this thing. And I'm like, what the heck? We're getting it from all angles. And then she's going crazy. And then she goes, oh, Mylanta. I go, did you just say Mylanta because I say Mylanta? Or is that because you're saying Mylanta? Jenny McCarthy, you've gone too far. And she goes, no, I say Mylanta. And I'm like, oh my God.
I say crazy things all the time.
I don't know where Mylanta came from, but I've been saying it for a long time.
It goes great.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. I have my phone with me. If you were like, why is she gripping this? Because last time I was on, or the few times I've been on, I always go into comments and answer questions, but people get so annoyed that I don't give the details of I'll say, I detoxed, and everyone goes, well, what did you do?
Yeah.
So I literally wrote down when we get there and everything I'm on, I wrote it down for everybody. So that way you can know exactly.
I love it. You saw this video, right?
Yes.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God. So
Yay, Willow. Willow crushed
Thank you
it.
very much. It was very, very sweet.
Yeah. I think, it's funny because I have a friend staying with me and she was like, please thank her because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have known about vaccinations. I wouldn't have known all these things. And it was really brave of you. And I you really know how to take hits, lady. And you are brave, and no matter what, you stand up and you do the right thing. And that's not easy in this world, but
it is not.
I got to just say that first. And I know you love our Heal Squad, and I'm so happy that you have that connection with them, and I'm so happy that you're here, and you took the time out of your insanely busy schedule and gifted us this moment today because we have no budget.
You know what?
And I know you expensive.
I love you. I love what we're talking about, and I love healing. So I'm like, I need to be around my people, people that care. So
yeah. So thank you. Obviously you are another example of someone who poured everything you had into Evan and into your family, and you kind of now are like, the wheels are coming off a little.
Yeah. I mean, when Evan was diagnosed with autism, that was back in 2005. Of course, with a diagnosis like that, your world crashes down. And I remember the doctor telling me there was no hope back then. It was institution was what they were talking about. And to give anybody no hope, I think is a crime against humanity in general. Hope, miracles happen. So yeah. I called him a few swear names and went home. And then I literally started trying to find anybody that could show me a path of healing for my son. Because I was getting gaslit. I was getting mixed messages. It was finding dead ends. And I was that's when I had my conversation with God. God is the one to help heal, to guide you to the right people. Count on God.
Yep.
So I said, God, please teach me how to heal my boy, and then I'll teach the world how I did it. And as soon as I put that proclamation out there, things started popping up. I found an autism organization underground that was like, yo, we're over here. We do gluten-free and no dairy, and it's helping. I mean, this was before anyone even knew how to pronounce the word gluten. I mean, my son's going to be 24 on Monday. This is how long it's been. So I was in the beginning phase, and I realized, okay, there is no one I can look at right now. I have to be that person. And I put, like you said, I put everything into it. I mean, everything. And those years were exhausting, scary. I got a divorce the same week. I got the autism organization, or autism diagnosis, same week. So I was like, oh my God, I'm a single mother having to split half your money. And like now, you know how much autism costs, healing in general, how much it costs. So talk about nervous system dysregulation, you know, starting from that point onward. So I got my son through these seizures that were, he died in front of me twice, cardiac arrest style. We had to put him in phenobarbital comas. It was very trying on my system all these years. And finally, when I got him to a place where I was like, oh, wait, I can breathe. I don't think he's going to die tomorrow. I think I can breathe. That's when my health started to go. Isn't that interesting? It's kind of like, you know, you can rev. You're like, oh, I'm not getting sick. But as soon as you go on vacation and rest, you get sick. So my body hung in there for as long as it could to help heal my boy. And now I have to put all that attention on me because it's starting to hit the fan. I mean, in a big way. So I don't know where you want me to dive into that one yet. Or
it's interesting because I took my mom to this facility in Mexico, and when she had cancer, and the woman who started it because she got cancer taking care of her mom with cancer. Wow. And so her whole clinic is about taking care of the caretaker and the patient because they need it just as much.
That's exactly right.
And so you needed love just as much as he did.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're out there hustling to like be able to survive and pay the bills and take care of him. And so, yeah, of course it's going to take its toll. And then you're also getting attacked in the public,
correct,
which is not easy.
No, it wasn't easy. But, you know, again, I'm going to rely on God. I literally felt the armor of God on me because no one could stand. I mean, I had mobs. I had big pharma against me. I had television against me, big media. I had lost jobs because of it. And I'm a single mother trying to pay for healing and autism. So it was a very difficult time. But I got up every day because of the armor of God. I was just like, I knew when my son was diagnosed with autism that I didn't become famous for any other reason than to have a platform to do what I'm doing. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, same.
Because to tell you the truth, I'm really not talented in any other department.
Wait, you're not what?
Talented.
Oh my God, stop it, Jenny McCarthy.
I can't dance. I can barely act. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I know that God put me on a stage. So now, here it comes with my turn. You know? So,
but the thing is, I love what you say that you ask God, and we were talking about this today, is like, ask God, or, you know, I want to be respectful if that's not what you believe in, like, ask the higher power or whatever it is, the universe, you know, what do I need to see? What do I need to know? And I would do that with my mom too, because I threw everything into my mom. And I was like, I would say, God, show me what I need to do. I'm scared. I don't know what to do next. The tumor's back. And then the next day, and this is what I say, like the messages come, I was on my computer and all of a sudden the side effects of chemo popped up on the screen because I was doing research. I'm like, I was about to close it because I'm like, I know the side effects of chemo, you vomit, nausea, and something made me read them. And I read it and I go, wait a second. The side effects of chemo exactly mirror the symptoms of tumor regrowth. So how do we know what's what? And I was like, okay, what if I go and detox her off the chemo? What if it's not the regrowth of tumor? What if that's inflammation? And so I took her to Mexico. Game changer. And that's what it was. They called it pseudo progression. But that would always happen. Like I'd have a guest on my show and then I meet them backstage and they were like, hey, I'm going through this journey, whatever. And then I would get a little nugget and I would hear, oh, you got to do that with your mom. You got to do that. You got to do that. Like you just get guidance.
Everywhere.
Yes. So you just have to keep asking because they want to tell you.
They do. And like you said, the creator, anyone higher above, your grandma, your mother, they're connected. So ask for those messages you will receive.
So Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg, nervous system overload. You don't slow down, and we're going to get into a lot of the things you're doing and why you're not slowing down, and you have another mission and another purpose. What makes you scared of slowing down?
Well, let's think about that. What makes me scared about slowing down? There's a few things. I feel like I'm a very impatient person when it comes to healing. If I don't figure it out now, I'm going to get a cancer diagnosis.
Okay.
Like I have this looming sea. I literally, if you looked at my feed, it looks like I'm suffering from every type of cancer. Literally. Like that's, I'm all about the prevention because I've got so many other things wrong with me that I know if I don't do that, I'm going to wind up getting it. So I feel like I'm on this like, I got to hurry up. And I realize that's screwing up my nervous system. So
I coined health anxiety.
It is.
We have health anxiety
We have
sometimes,
absolute health anxiety. I am also a labaholic. I go and get labs constantly. More labs. The doctor's like, we just did them. I'm like, I know, but things could have changed like in a week.
Yeah.
So,
we got to chill out.
I think it's my impatience to heal. Like, I do enjoy teaching other people how I did it. And I know this is going to be part of that plan of like, it doesn't happen overnight. Mm-hmm. Look how long it took my son. I had to keep reminding myself. It took him a long time.
And we have to surrender. And
we really do.
Sometimes we got to just surrender it
to him. Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm in that impatient mode now because I got more bad news about myself.
Okay.
Well, it's not that terrible. But you want me to get into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
So last time I was on our show, I told her that I was going through all of these insane last year was nuts. I had 9 surgeries. My teeth were falling out. I had these eye growths growing on my eyes. I had surgery every month. I was having severe leg cramping, these infections that wouldn't go away. And I'm like, my functional medicine doctor's like, you're the healthiest, best student I've ever had. I have no idea what's going on. I need to really test you. She called me because she tested me for everything. She said, I found it. You have mold. And I was like, there's no mold around me. How could that possibly be? And she's like, you're misunderstanding mold. Mold can come from something 10 years ago. You don't smell it. It goes under the nose and the biofilms. It colonizes, it creates families, has babies, then it's systemic, comes into your gut, screws up your gut, because dysbiosis. So all of these things was happening. And so when we did the test, I could see them all. I was like, oh my God. And I was having these severe leg cramping, and I talked about it on your show. Mm-hmm. You guys, the leg cramping was so bad, it felt like I had my legs inside of a wood chipper at night. Donnie
the
would
worst
be like
pain ever.
So bad, because I'd be crying in the bathroom. This was going on for a year. And so I did
cramp juice. The Amish cramp juice works.
Which one? Which one was that?
It's called Old Amish cramp juice. You buy it on Amazon. It's like an apple cider vinegar thing. Uh-huh. My dad still gets them, and it's the only thing that works.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Well, so I started my mold cleanse, which I'll get into everything. I wrote everything in detail. But EBOO was the first thing I started. And do you guys know what EBOO is? Okay, EBOO is you basically sit there with 2 IVs out of each arm. The blood leaves, it goes into a machine. It looks like a kidney dialysis machine, and it cleans the blood. So it separates it into this foamy inflammation. Some people see parasites in there. Woo! And then the rest of the blood goes through ozone. So it cleans the blood, and then it goes back in your body. Now, I'm always sus of everything. So I didn't do it for a while until I got mold poisoning. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try it and I'll be the guinea pig and I'll let people know if it works. Literally after 3 sessions, my leg cramps were gone after a year. So I was like, okay, this is starting to work. Then I did all the other stuff for detox. By the way, that EBOO is great for anyone with a toxic overload. If you do have autoimmune anything, you know we're already inflamed. I feel like this is a good tool. It's expensive. It sucks that everything is so freaking expensive.
I know.
But I'm going to mention them anyway, even though sometimes I get hate for mentioning them, but I have to mention them. Also, you guys, if you are suffering with mold, I'll make this part brief because I know everyone's not suffering from mold, but someday it's going to be insane. I promise you, like we're getting sicker and sicker for some reason and not being able to handle mold. So I also did something called BEG spray. This is a compounded spray that you have to go through a functional medicine doctor. It's a particular antibiotic that kills your particular mold that basically is not antibiotic resistant. I had 7 antibiotics I'm resistant to over the course of mold. That's what mold did to me.
Did you do a lot of antibiotics when you were in, because like, at least for like us in the industry, it was always like, I need a Z-Pack, I got to get back to work.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys probably did that stuff too in your jobs too, but.
Well, in my 40s, I literally had a UTI every month, poor Donnie. And I lived on antibiotics literally for my 40s. So my gut I was entering menopause with a very vulnerable gut dysbiosis. So you name it. That's why I'm like, anyone entering menopause, you better get your body fixed before menopause, any youngsters, because it gets real difficult after
I have a hot tip because I think I'm
Go ahead.
almost like officially gonna, by October, I'll be officially gone because I haven't had a period, I think, since October.
Oh, yeah.
But I was having severe hot flashes.
Oh, yeah.
Like jump out the building. Hot flashes, soaking wet, 24/7. I was going to church and I'm like, I'm in freaking tank tops in December. I'm dying. I can't wear any of my sweaters. I almost threw them all out. I'm like, what's the point? I went to El Salvador. One day, they disappeared and they have not come back. That grounding, that's why I'm going to take you. That grounding and that field is so healing and so powerful. They left and they never came back. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just me. So then this last trip I was there, this was actually so cool because we'd be able to like throw a lot of tips out there all at once. This is great. Yeah. So foot reflexologist I met and was working with, she was super incredible. She told me the same thing happened to her. One day, gone. It's our environments that are really killing us.
100%.
It's the electromagnetic field. It's just all the EMF. It's so bad and we don't realize it. Don't get in those Waymoo things. They look fun and cool. Do not get in those.
Right, those microwaves?
Yeah. I mean, I am still driving the Tesla because it drives me and I realize that I have to take some good with the bad. And I have the one that's the least. But, it's like you have the electric toothbrush. Those are so horrible for you too. Although I found a red light one. I'm going to test it and see.
I did it.
Didn't work.
It's
All right. Well, okay. But my point is like my gums were receding. The dentist gave me this years ago. They came back to life. So I'm like, okay, there's certain things that I'm just going to have to do and it's fine.
And you become super paranoid. I've turned into that paranoid person of like, you walk in my house, I'm like, take off your shoes. You can't walk in my house with perfume or cologne. You just cannot. I literally make people leave immediately.
You need Henry
because I'm so chemically sensitive.
Will you tell everybody about Appeal?
Appeal is this coat that they put over fruit and vegetables that keeps them shiny and they last longer. And they say that they're considering it fine because it's not, they're saying it's not a toxin, but it's an actual wax that covers your fruit. And you can't scrub it off. So how is that organic?
But that's crazy.
It's crazy. All right, because it might get boring. I'm going to still name these things. Biocidin. These are from mold people, right?
Wait, that's my favorite thing in the world. Did we talk about this?
No.
So my baby was sick. So the other day, Athena came down with a cold and we had a 7-day-old living in the house. I'm like, oh no, this is not good timing. And Kevin takes her, I go, put her in the steam shower. I hear him talk about the mucus coming out. She comes out, all this green stuff's coming out. I'm like, oh, nuts. I run into my friend's room. I go, listen, Athena's sick. We need a plan. We got to keep her away from your toddler. We got to keep her away from the baby. How are we going to do this? So, of course, the first thing I do is I get her medicines. I do the transcriptions, not the methyl blue, the green. I always do like a little bit of that. I just did 3 squirts of the Biocidin. I did a little Mommy's Bliss. We steamed her, I red lighted, and then I trampolined. That was a new thing I've been adding, and I've realized is really helpful to move all this shit out of her lymphatic. Less than 2 days, this child was completely healed. Biocidin is amazing. If you don't have it,
get it.
Actually, some of you might get some, but Biocidin is magic. Extracts, like olive leaf extract.
It's all natural, beautiful stuff.
Best.
Everyone should just have it.
Yeah. Are we doing a commercial for them soon?
I know. We seriously should. Someone was asking me in the comments too about my probiotics. I do like Researched Elements is the name of the company. I'm doing some detox with some metals, very light tonic stuff with cellular solutions. Don't worry, I'm not making any money from this. I'm just giving what I'm doing because people want to know. You guys, I can't express it. So you tell me, what is the one thing that if I only get to pick one thing to heal in this world, what would it be? It would be to sweat. It would be infrared sauna. It has so many benefits to it. And honestly, I think that's the only reason why I'm still alive, because my body has been so toxic. I've been doing it for 25 years. I've tried all the saunas. And the thing that sucks about it is that they're so freaking expensive.
We have
it's
them
like
right
10
out there.
grand
You want to use
get
it later?
into a sauna. No, because I travel with one.
Oh, do you?
I travel with one. The company I'm going to plug right now is called Relax Sauna. You can get into a sauna. It's a zip up one that you sit in like this.
But doesn't the plastic like melt into you?
It does
or whatever?
not. It does not.
What is the fabric made of inside?
You'll have to look it up, but I don't even care. I don't care. Because the amount of sweat, so I just wrap myself in a very clean towel and I sweat my balls off.
Yeah, if you have 100% cotton towel down so that you're sweating into that and not penetrating the other
Correct.
stuff, I would
Your
feel
body
okay.
doesn't touch the sides.
Yeah, okay.
You
That's
sit in a chair, your body doesn't touch the sides. I wrap myself in a towel and I'm soaked. And it's called Relax. And I asked the company, I said, I'm going to a podcast. Can you give a discount? And they're like, we'll take off $100. So, but you can get into one
Thanks,
for
Jenny.
like $1,700 or $2,000. The black one is a mega sweater. Just put Jenny McCarthy in the code and they know to give you $100 off. But I put my son in this because he wants to be on his phone. And this, you can pull your hands out and he can sit on his phone. So now Evan goes, I finally got him in to go in 3 days a week. I'm like, it's the only thing that's going to keep us alive in this toxic world. Get in there. But I love that sauna. So it's the Relax saunas if you want to.
They all think you're nuts in your house, right?
Crazy.
Yeah. Me too.
Isn't my son is no, I brainwashed him so well now.
Hello, Athena's turning 3. I eat healthy. I don't eat sugar. We were in line at this like little cafe and I looked at these chocolate chip cookies that I wanted to make out with. They had the sea salt on them and I can't have them either. And I'm like, oh, and she points and she goes, Mommy, I don't want those cookies. They're trash. They have sugar. And the people in line look back and I go, I did not teach her that. I said no sugar, but I didn't say they're trash. Those are beautiful cookies.
Wait till all the birthday parties she goes to.
She doesn't want it. It's unbelievable for right now, but then we caught her on video and she's like, I want to eat sugar and I don't want to eat healthy. And Willow's in the house just filming her and I go, oh no. But yeah, he's in the sauna. But I will add to that, if I was going to say one thing, aside from your faith, because I think that your faith is like the most important thing.
Yep.
Is the sun.
Just does make you happy. You can feel the difference between a rainy, sad, gloomy day and a sunny day. It's just, the proof is just in that. But you're right. Evan has never worn sunscreen, my son. It's the beginning of summer. I'll put him outside for 15 minutes, bring him back inside, warm him up that way.
Yeah.
And no sunglasses.
Athena too.
Yeah.
But you have a longer example to share. And that's what I look to when I made decisions for Athena, is I looked to friends who had 20-year-olds and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be as afraid, because they scare you into making the choices they want you to make, not what you feel. Like I always say, like if you feel like giving them something, give it to them, because if you really feel it. But if it's coming from fear, then we need to examine it. Go the way you feel is best, not just because you're afraid.
That's right. And then you try it out.
Right.
Yeah. And you're like, Okay.
Yeah.
It resonates as truth. That's one thing that really helps me. I'm very in tune with that. Like this resonates as truth, this healing.
So what was your big news? Your bad news?
Oh, the bad news. Yeah. So
As she's like, oh my God, the bad news. Here we go.
last time I was here, I was feeling so much better from my mold detox. And telling you, like, my leg cramps are gone away, la, 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 la. So in California, in the house that I'm staying in, I walked into the laundry room and I went, and I smelled mold. And when you come from a chemical sensitive body, you become like a drug sniffing dog.
Kevin's the mold hound.
Yeah, I'm like literally like, hi, Kevin. I'm literally like, I can smell it. Like you couldn't believe it. So I asked my family members, they're like, we don't smell it. So I'm like, ugh. So I made the dumb mistake of sticking my head in the washing machine and pulling back the the rubber thing, filled.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
Filled. So I said, great, I've just been hit. This sucks. But my husband's like, calm down. You weren't there for that long. I'm like, but I'm already immune compromised because my gut dysbiosis isn't healed yet. And your immune system is here. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Cut to a week later, leg cramps. I was like, no, Donnie, I got leg cramps again. And so I called my doctor and she's like, all right, let's do a retest. And all my other molds went away except for the one that lives, the same one that lives in the washing machine. Skyrocketed. So I was like, after all this work, because I'm literally putting in 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day of supplements, the next thing, and more supplements, the next things, and then the detox. It's a 12-hour-a-day system for the past 3 months, and now I'm back up doing it again. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Wow.
So the next thing I'm about to venture in on is the plasma exchange. Are you guys familiar with plasma exchange? And are you scared for me or no?
No, I'm not. If you said peptides, I'd be horrified. I'm terrified
I love peptides, but
you do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm terrified. But it's just my instinct for me. I'm just like, it scares me.
You know what? I started the peptides, and I got to tell you, I feel so much better on them. I feel night and day difference on them. So that's why I was like, I'll be the guinea pig for people. And that's really how I look at it sometimes. I'm like, if they work, I'll let people know.
But I heard that is definitely something that happens. It's like, oh my God, I love chocolate cake. Like, of course, it's going to be amazing, but it's going to do some bad stuff. And that's the part that worries me.
But you can't stay on them. People stay on them too long. These are meant to be rotated. So 3 weeks on, maybe a month off.
Okay.
And then if you don't need it anymore, you don't need it anymore. Some people just need to get by. For me, I needed immune system help. I needed mitochondrial help. Like all these little things, I noticed a huge difference. But the plasma exchange, you guys, I'm about to start this journey and I'm going to be a guinea pig, okay?
And you'll come back to tell us.
Yeah, so MD Lifespan is what I think is the name that I'm doing it with. And it's 5 sessions and it's intense. So basically what they do is, again, I'm hooked up to 2 IVs. They pull out my blood and out of there, they pull the plasma out of my blood and it fills up into this big yellow thick bag. And inside that plasma is parabens, phthalates, microplastic, toxins, like for my whole lifetime, all in this bag. And then they supplement it in my body with a special solution. Don't ask me the name. And what that does is by taking
on your notes? I'm kidding.
I did put it right. I put special solution on there. Special solution. And what that does is what happens when your body's not inflamed, when your body's not fighting off all these toxins, it can heal because your body's meant to heal. It wants to heal.
It needs the right environment.
It needs the right environment. So I feel very hopeful from the people that I've talked to that have gone through it. And I start my cognitive tests. They have to make you do cognitive tests before, all these steps. So if it works, I will let you go. And not only that, I'm not just going to go, yo, it worked. I'm going to show you all of my blood work because they make you test in between each one of these things. And you're going to see if my toxin levels are dropping and dropping and dropping. I will disclose all of it because I don't want you to, waste your money if it's not going to work. So
I know. That's the thing is like, when I did the whole Dominican Republic experiment at the equator, I remember Athena was 6 months old. They had told me, so when they found the pancreas tumor finally, They were like, well, you have a lesion on your lung and your liver. And I was like, I can't even get to that shit. Just get this thing out. I got a baby coming. So we got the pancreas thing done. And then at some point I went back and we did a scan on the liver and they're like, oh, well, now there's a lot of lesions on there. And so we should biopsy this because they were afraid it was cancer. Because the NET tumor, it's a neuroendocrine tumor, likes to go to the lung and the liver. And I was like, well, what are the odds that I've got them in both places? But I didn't feel like that was true. And so I said to the doctor, I'm like, you know what? I don't think this is what's happening. If I am listening to my internal guidance, I don't think that this is what this is. I'm going to try something. So I went to the equator, and some of you may know this story, so forgive me, but I want to share it so you guys know. But I went to the equator, and I created a little protocol based on everything I had been learning about the sun and grounding and all of that. And I was giving myself the time because I was like, wait, I have the resources to do this. Who can take 2.5 weeks off their work schedule and take off that time money-wise and be able to get to a place? Like I had a place to stay for free at a friend's. Like I'll be the guinea pig for this experiment and see what happens, because I keep hearing like you can't heal in the environment that got you sick. I keep hearing about sunlight and grounding and all of this stuff. So let me go try it. And I know I have a 6-month-old, but I know she's got Papu and Daddy and everybody at home, and she's going to be fine. And it's going to be brutal for me. She's not going to know the difference. And ultimately, I have to make the choice, oxygen mask first, to do what's going to be helpful and healing for me so that I live for her. Because what good am I, like I said before, if I'm 6 feet under because I tried to be the perfect mom and didn't make the right choices? Not that my mom made the wrong choices. You know what I'm saying? And so I went, and exactly what I did, very simple. I woke up at sunrise, I walked my tushy outside, I grounded hands and feet into the earth, I did my little like yoga fascia flow movements, I ate my breakfast, I went inside, I meditated, I played pickleball, and I did like a lot of sweating. I'm just trying to remember the whole thing. I went to the beach, I grounded at the water's edge, I ate lunch. I did a lot of research in Dr. Jack Kruse rabbit holes. And then I would go back to the room. I'd change my stuff. I'd go to sunset. I'd eat dinner first. Then I'd go to sunset. And then I'd be back in bed by like 7:30. And I was out. And I'd get like 11 hours of sleep. I did that for 2.5 weeks. I went home and I got my scans. And they were like, well, the lesions, all of them except for one, shrunk. And so this must not be cancer. And I was like, wait, they shrunk? Like 2.5 weeks? Like, that's crazy that could happen so fast. And so I share that because it is your environment, and sometimes you need to get out of it. But
That's
also
a testament to you, though, because if I got that news, I'd probably have to do 2 weeks in a fetal position crying. I would. I'd be like, I can't do it. I would be so frozen in fear. How did you have that strength to go, I'm going to, without falling into the trap of doomsday?
It just didn't feel like that's what it was. And I was like, I kept telling you something was really wrong and you couldn't find it. And I had to find it through the grace of God. But it didn't feel like that was it. And I was like, I'm just going to go try this because I really think that there might be something here. And so I went on my like eat, pray, love journey. And I did. I talked to my cells. I was like, every little cell in my body as well, every nerve cell, tissue, skin, bone, organ, system is now rapidly returning to perfect health and harmony through the infinite intelligence within me, guided by God, Ayo Nectario, and Panagia. And I would say it every day, the Virgin Mary, and another healing saint of ours in our church. And I would say that every day. And so I know what's possible. And then when you go to the equator again and then all your hot flashes disappear in a day, I know it's possible. So the mold is back. You're going to do all these things. I want to get to so your journey has gone so many different ways, but one of the other things I love about Jenny is her commitment to just integrity. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Fuck. No, because like, that's such a big thing, guys. There is so little of it in our world, and definitely in the industries that are marketing to you. And that's why I try to hold such a really strong line for our show to not bring in anybody that I'm not using. And by the way, there's going to be better stuff. Like, look, I talked about the book, Every Girl's Guide to Life. I was like, sorry, that's what I thought we were supposed to be doing back then, stack and attack. No, we need to chill. But we're all growing and evolving. But I really try very carefully to vet everybody. We say no to 90% of people. Because I'm not going to share anything with you that I'm not doing myself, that I don't believe in myself. So you always will have that. And I take your trust so seriously. But so does she. And she built her own beauty line. How many of you know about her beauty line, Formless Beauty? Okay. So what she's doing is so hard because I wanted to do it too. After brain tumor surgery, I remember talking to a friend who has a $1 billion beauty line. And I said, I really want to make something clean because I want something clean. And she's like, don't do it. It's a nightmare. Don't do it. Trust me. I know all about it. Don't do it. And I was like, okay, because I listen to my elders. This one doesn't. She's much braver and much bolder than I ever will be. And so she created this line called Formless Beauty. And her standards are under like the most rigorous
regulations.
Regulations. Thank you. By the EWG, Environmental Working Group. Your beauty line is EWG certified.
It's well, we're getting there. It takes years to do each individual one. I can explain it to you guys. I didn't wake up going, I want to make a beauty brand. I was like, but when I started looking into which brand was clean, I was floored because you can go to Sephora and see those check marks. And then you look under the hood and you're like, that shit ain't clean. Oh my gosh, how are they getting away with this? They're getting away with this because there's no real regulations when it comes to makeup. Literally, there are none. So, I mean, there are some made in 1918, but that's about it, okay? No one is checking if your ingredients are clean, how much lead you have in your makeup. So I said, how is Jenny McCarthy going to figure it out? So I met with the EWG. I said, listen, I want to create a beauty brand under your regulations and your science. They've been doing the work for decades with their team of doctors and scientists to know what ingredients are bad and what ingredients are good. I'm like, they did all the work. This is going to be easy. Well, they handed me a booklet of over 900 pages of unacceptable ingredients and over 700 pages of restricted ingredients and said, we love this idea. Good luck. I had no idea how incredibly difficult it would be because I learned that you can make so much money off of makeup using cancer-causing ingredients. Literally, it costs cents, 1 cent for these ingredients, and then they charge you, a fortune for the makeup. So we followed their restrictions. This is how it goes. We make our product, and then we go, we followed all of your guidelines and your restrictions, and EWG looks at it. They look at everything, and they go, okay, great, you did follow it. Now go test it. Yeah. So now we have to go third-party test it. So now we're like checking if there's preservatives in our aloe. We're checking if we meet the regulations of the lead. So all of these regulations are so difficult in EWG. Like the FDA standards, let's say, are here. EWGs are way up here. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be, what is the cleanest makeup in the world? No makeup at all. What's the next thing underneath that? I want that to be Formless Beauty. I want that to have the integrity, the transparency, where you go and you can look to your kids to say, start on a clean brand. So one of the things, there's a couple of products, if you don't mind me bragging about.
I know, can I?
Sure.
I did a whole video for you,
Okay.
not because she asked me to, but because I was like, she was on the show. She goes, if you try nothing else, try my cleanser. It's amazing. And so I had it at home and I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. And I was like, oh my God, I swear to God, I didn't know cleanser could actually take all your makeup off. I thought you had to do all the 10 other steps and that the cleanser was just like an extra little thing. This thing takes everything off. And I know people have the cleansing oils. I'm not a big fan of the cleansing oils.
I'm not a big fan of cleansing oils. Our ingredients for this is so clean that you don't burn your eyes either when you're taking your eye makeup off.
It's magic.
It's honestly, it's magic. It's like,
I have mine on the must-haves wall, but it's all that stuff over there is my personal stuff from my bathroom.
I love it.
So please don't use it. Because then I'm going to go home and I'm going to have stuff. And
if there's
whatever,
something that I want you guys to try, and we're doing a Heal Squad 15 today. You can go online and put on Heal Squad 15. I'll probably make it last through the weekend. Heal Squad 15, you'll get 15% off.
Which is hard, by the way, and I'm going to say this because she might not. Because she told me in comments, she's like, Maria, trust me, it would be so much easier to make money if I did this the other way. She's like, this is really hard. So
really
what she's doing, the reason why I want to support her so much is because she's doing it with integrity and it's really hard. And so even giving the 15% off is really hard for her. It's not like all the other bigger companies where they're like, hey, give it, because that's a marketing tool. This isn't. She's actually really giving a gift right now.
Thank you. I know that. Absolutely true. Of course. But I just want you guys to see the difference too of like super clean quality that actually works. Because sometimes makeup too, you buy that clean organic, you're like, this stuff sucks. It doesn't even work. I teamed up with my makeup artist who's over there in the corner to say, you make it perform well and I'll make it clean. So together we're like a superhero group.
Yeah, she's great because I love the liners.
Right, the liners are so creamy.
Yeah.
Our mascara though is in a glass tube. Mascara is the second biggest offender when it comes to makeup.
Oh.
Google, does mascara have forever chemicals in it? If the answer is yes. It does have forever chemicals in it, not ours. Ours does not have hormone disruptors. It's in a glass container, and it goes on so well. It doesn't get glumpy or glunky. Here it is right here.
Exfoliant too.
The exfoliant too. So try the mascara as well, because I get so worried when I see people using tubing mascara because that has microplastics in it. You want to try ours because you're going to be like, oh my God, this works great. It's a heavy, fat, black glass tube. Clean mascara that actually works. So grab it. We sold out 7 times last year. We sold out after doing your show for the first time. We sold out.
No way. Oh, good.
But then also, you guys, our exfoliating scrub is that's one of our things that you're going to notice a difference in your skin in a couple weeks.
Can we use these as samples for them to try?
Of course.
So
it
after
smells
we'll let
like
you
a
guys
spa.
like experiment.
It smells like a spa. It smells so good. But we've got so many items. We've got hyaluronic acid that's not made with fermented bacteria because most is. Ours is botanical. What else do we have? Our moisturizer, to die for, works on oily skin, dry skin. And like she said, our liners are so creamy. They stay on. Our cheek and lip blush is beautiful.
I really love, by the way, too, that I can put the lip gloss on and not feel like I'm eating chemicals.
Right.
Because we eat, have you guys seen the statistics on how much lipstick we eat and how much? It's really scary, actually, if you really think about it. I don't remember.
You're literally eating what you're putting on your lips.
Yeah.
Ours is made with aloe, chamomile, and shea butter, and it's third-party tested. So it's good stuff. I hope you guys do give it a try. We are working very hard. We're getting more products out there.
And you're like, that's that company that I want to support because then you can make more for us. Because my new thing I want you to do.
Okay.
So I have been searching for like an organic hairline. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing other than if we go back to our Greek roots, Greek people, like the olive oil bar soap that we used to use when our parents had in the shower. So maybe we'll do that together or something because I do want to do that at some point or have you do it faster. I don't know.
I do have deodorant working on a beautiful deodorant next year, of course, without the toxins in it. So keep an eye on us.
Yeah.
Just follow us and give us a try because I want you guys to feel the difference and then share it with other people because that's how we're able to make more products.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. Because I remember when I first heard Jenny had a line, I was like, oh, another celebrity line. And then when I found out more, I was like, oh, this is not just another celebrity line. This is a passion.
In fact, you won't even find other celebrities on EWG.
I know.
They won't even put their line on there because it wouldn't pass anything. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to be the first celebrity brand within beauty.
Yeah, it's
that
a labor of love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is a labor of love.
So much fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed this conversation as much as we did. I can't even tell you what it felt like to record one of these episodes in front of a live audience. It was so cool. And to hear them laugh with Jenny and lean in during those deeper moments. And they were frantically taking notes, which was so cool. And it was just incredible. And that's what Heal Squad is all about, learning and healing and growing together. And we've gotten to finally do this in person, which was great. This was our first live podcast event ever. And if you loved it, please share it with a friend, but also let us know in the comments if you want one and if you would want to go to one. Maybe we'll do some. I don't know. And if you'd like to join us in person for our next Heal Squad retreat, it's this October at Canyon Ranch in Lenox, Massachusetts. And you can find all of the details, in the show notes below. Until then, be nice people, make good choices, and be present. Hey, Heal Squad. We have been on quite the journey together, and we're hearing from so many of you just how much this show is helping you heal and get better, and it makes us feel so good. We love, love, love it, and we just ask that you don't keep it to yourself. Spread the message and share the show or your favorite episode with your friends. And if you want to help us even more, you can leave us a 5-star rating and a comment on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and follow us on Instagram at Heal Squad. You can also DM us anytime because we love connecting with you. And finally, you can also join us on Patreon for our monthly live heal events with world-class healers and ad-free episodes exclusive only to Patreon and our Super Heal Squad for as little as $10 a month. So go to patreon.com/Heal Squad to join. Getting better isn't easy, friends, but as I say all the time, it's a whole lot easier if we can do it together. We love you all so much, and we love doing this thing called life with you.
This podcast and all related content published or distributed by or on behalf of Maria Menounos or MariaMenounos.com is for informational purposes only and may include information that is general in nature and that is not specific to you. Any information or opinions expressed or contained herein are not intended to serve as or replace medical advice, nor to diagnose, prescribe, or treat any disease, condition, illness, or injury, and you should consult the healthcare professional of your choice regarding all matters concerning your health, including before beginning any exercise, weight loss, or healthcare program. If you have or suspect you may have a healthcare emergency, please contact a qualified healthcare professional for treatment. Any information or opinions provided by a guest expert or host featured within website or on company's podcast are their own, not those of Maria Menounos or the company. Accordingly, Maria Menounos and the company cannot be responsible for any results or consequences or actions you may take based on information or opinions.